This is the presentation that the UFirst Financial multi-level marketing salesman doesn't want you to see. So, what is the MMA program? It's a $3,500 web-based software program to help you 1. Reduce the length of your mortgage, 2. Reduce the total interest paid on your mortgage, 3. Manage your monthly cash flows. The money management account has 4 major components, the first and foremost being your free cash flow from your monthly income, or otherwise known as your discretionary income. The second is the first mortgage on your home. The third is an advanced line of credit, or HELOC, home equity line of credit. And fourth is the money management account software from UFirst Financial. This diagram shows the HELOC, or the advanced line of credit, as the focal point of the money management account. All monthly income is deposited into the account. All monthly bills are paid out of the account, as well as your mortgage payment and prepayments to your mortgage. So how does the MMA plan reduce interest costs? The largest single contributor to reducing a mortgage's interest cost are prepayments to the mortgage from your discretionary cash flow, or your free cash flow. The second strategy of the money management account is to borrow money from the home equity line of credit and apply it to the mortgage balance. The third strategy of the money management account is to optimize monthly cash flows, or to minimize the amount of idle cash sitting in non-interest-bearing accounts. The most powerful component of the money management account system is simply using your discretionary income or your free cash flow to prepay your mortgage. For example, prepaying $1,000 a month for just the first 12 months of the loan will save 51 payments, or over $49,000 of interest costs over the life of the loan. The second strategy of the money management account to reduce interest costs is to borrow money from the home equity line of credit to prepay the mortgage. Here's an example. Borrow $10,000 from your home equity line of credit at 5% to prepay your mortgage at 6%. This saves $100 a year in interest costs. This would be roughly equivalent to a monthly prepayment of $8.25 per month. If the home equity line of credit interest rate is higher than the mortgage interest rate, then this strategy from the MMA account will not work for you. This strategy can provide minimal savings, but greatly increases the complexity of managing your cash flows. The third strategy of the money management account is to optimize your monthly cash flows, or to minimize the amount of money sitting in non-interest-bearing checking accounts. The money management account will apply these idle funds to your mortgage to save interest. For example, $3,000 sitting idle in your checking account for 13 days in the month would yield approximately $78 a year in mortgage interest savings. This would be roughly equivalent to a prepayment of $6.50 a month. Depending on the interest rate and the amount of cash sitting idle, this strategy might not be worth the complexity added to manage all of the cash flows. Let's summarize the relative contributions of each of the 3 strategies of the money management account. First, we have the prepayments, which come solely from your discretionary income and free cash flow. In this example, it was $1,000 per month, or $12,000 per year. The second strategy, which leverages the difference in interest rate between the home equity line of credit and your mortgage, yielded just $100 per year in equivalent extra payments to your mortgage. The idle cash flow leveraging had even less of a result, and this amounted to just $78 per year. Of course, all of these numbers depend on your own situation and the relative difference in interest rate between the HELOC and your mortgage. Let's not forget that the money management account software costs $3,500. Assuming our mortgage is at 6% and we could apply this $3,500 to our mortgage, we could save $210 a year in interest just by not buying the software and applying that cost to our mortgage. If you can't save $210 a year from leveraging your HELOC or from your idle cash flows, then you can't even pay the interest costs on the software, let alone start to amortize the software cost so that it begins to pay for itself. The main benefit of the money management account comes from the prepayments. The complicated money management system just masks this fact.